This looks to be a very rosy kind of a picture. Success, I could see the part of the struggle, the morning wake up, the multiple things, the time management, your people selling ice creams and you are not shying away from the camera, selling t-shirts, washing dishes, don't shying off. There are the component of sacrifices, but still you've managed to make it a rosy picture kind of a thing. I am sure this is life. So there must have been downsides, there must have been failures, there must have been some failures, some downsides. Would you like to speak about them
yes,
also?
yes, definitely, sir. Because apart spoken about Jain College, I've spoken about friends. There was a time when I was literally, down on the floor, right? So we become the top 10 design agencies, as I told you, and things were going really great. And for me, client first, and then everything else, right? As a business development, for me, that is the most important thing. I've sold something, I need to, walk the talk. Somewhere there were things which are not going up, scaling up the business. When youngsters tell, should I take up, digital marketing, websites and branding, it's not that easy as how it looks like. Getting a business is going to be tough and things like that, right? Then we decided as friends that we started as friends, we want to be friends for the rest of our life. There were shortcomings on business. Here is Vinod, after say 2008, I started in 2012. I had to tell my friends, let's be friends. And one of them was a graphic designer, a great guy, very close friend whom I learned everything from his house. Another guy was my neighbor at my grandma's place. He was my tenant basically. So we know each other from the age of 1, right? One was a software developer, web developer, another one is a graphic designer. So 2 of my main resource, I had to tell, it's okay to be friends. I literally, what did I do next? Went back home, parents were like, get into a job. I was in love with 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗸𝗲, more than anything else. I had to take this very, very, important call in my life. By then, I'd taken up entire family responsibility also, right? So we had the biryani business, we had the catering business, so parents were all taken care of. So there was no financial constraints to support the family back. So I'd stabilized that. This was the only time in my life I had for myself. Till then I had responsibilities, right? I just took my car. I had my Honda City. I literally asked my parents to leave their house and come and stay with me, so I was paying the rent of my house also. I went back to my Cambridge Leeward office, which was say about a 20,000 rupees rented space. Next 3 years I locked myself there. I literally switched off from family, friends, anyone. It was just Ajay's uncle, whom I used to go to learn. I used to go learn graphic designing in 2012. When I mean learn graphic designing, I never touched the computer for 5 years because I was very busy selling. Went back, learned from him. The next 3 years, every day morning, Steve Jobs, Stanford University talk was my wake-up call.
Every day. Wake-up call for many, huh?
Yeah, 14 minutes every single day. I didn't know that movies can inspire a lot, so I used to watch at least 3 movies a day. I was having a big contract with one of the clients. He used to pay me 1 lakh. So my rents were taken care, my office rents were taken care, my car EMI was taken care. All I wanted was space for myself wherein I don't get distracted. So no family functions, no friends get together. 3 years. My social media, none of my friends knew where I was. I never went back to my own house. I spoke to my mom once in a month, just asking about everything else. When she asked me, I'm not telling you where I am. So my parents didn't know that I was staying in Cambridge Leeward, right? So that is how I sacrificed myself. In 3 years, I came back, I gave internships to a lot of students. I couldn't afford employees. So that's when I realized that just say about those days, I'm talking about 2014, 5,000 rupees stipend, I could get better output than what I was paying 50,000 rupees as salary for my employees, right? Also understood that most of the guys who were coming into my companies were not the ones who were getting placed in the big MNCs, right? So more of a dropouts and things like that. It's not that I don't want to have, but then trying to pay them 50,000 rupees salary and then teach them was not something which was working out on the business. So I failed there. So when internship was given to students, I built my next 𝗥𝗲𝗃 team through interns. The same interns who were taking about 5 grand, say 8-9 years back, grew in the next 5 years to take home 1.5 lakh salary. I as a company from 𝗥𝗲𝗃 become one of the leading marketing, digital marketing, social media, photography company, handling Bangalore Tech Summit, Asia's largest tech summit. That was my rebirth. That's where I met Mr. Priyank Kharge, the Minister of IT/BT, understood that you can actually work with bureaucrats and politicians. Today I can proudly say in the government ecosystem, anyone and everyone as a bureaucrat knows Vinod on a personal front. My only task in any of the events was to capture everyone nice candid photographs, and those candid photographs will be used as a WhatsApp DP, brand recall. So I learned a lot of branding, but then I also understood brand recall is very important. So imagine, sir, you're my client. You remember me because your DP is mine. Your family wants a photograph. Your kids love the photograph which my team has taken. So that's my brand recall which I did. From literally, I've failed multiple times. Every time I've woken up 100x more faster. So within the next 3 years, we become the leading guys in the market, working with the best of the projects. Today, I handle Bangalore Tech Summit, ATP Challenger, Bangalore Tennis Open. You can see in the videos, Rahul Dravid, Narayan Murthy sir, Sachin Bansal, Bhavish Agarwal. This was the reason of that 3 years of locking myself in a particular thing. Is something which I feel is the best thing I could have ever gifted, because I learned. Then I understood that learning is very, very important. Today morning, every day morning, I come at 5:30, 6 o'clock in my office. In the last 2 months, I've picked up a lot more to learn, and then I feel that this is something which is very, very important.